Hey everybody, good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, December 8th, and we are on Phonics today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. Okay, so we are on lesson 11 today. So we are going to start by being sound scientists again today. So our first I can't talk. What is wrong with me? Our first sentence is, did you decide what you want to eat? And the word that we're going to focus on first is the word decide. Decide. How many syllables are in the word decide? That's right. There are 2 syllables. And what are those syllables? We have decide. Good. What is the vowel sound in the first syllable D? The vowel sound. It is E. And what is the vowel sound in the second syllable of side? It is the I. Good. So what is the first sound of the second syllable? Not the vowel sound. The first sound of side. It is the S part. Very good. So what word do you get if you take off the first syllable? If you take off the D part, what word do you have? You have the word side. Good. So if I want to say decide, but I want to change the D to B, what word would I have now? I would have B-side. Good. Okay, second sentence. Is that book a paperback or hardcover book? So the word that we're focusing on is paperback. Paperback. How many syllables are in the word paperback? Three. Paperback. Paperback are the 3 syllables. Very good. What vowel sound do you hear in the first syllable pay? What's the vowel sound there? It's the A sound. Good. What about in the second syllable? Per. The part is the vowel sound. And what about the third syllable? Back. What vowel sound do you hear there? You hear the ah. Good. So if we say paperback without back, what's the word? It's paper. And if we say paperback without paper, what's the word? It's just back. What is a paperback book, guys? It's a book with a paper cover. Very good. All right, now we're going to do the same sentence, but this time we're focusing on the word hardcover. Hardcover. How many syllables are in the word hardcover? We have 3 syllables again. We have hardcover. Hardcover. Very good. What vowel sound do you hear in the first syllable hard? The vowel sound is R. What about the second syllable? What is the vowel sound in the second syllable of cov? It is the sound. And then the third syllable, what's the vowel sound there? Syllable is a vowel sound. It's Good. So let's say the word hardcover, but without the cover part. What word do you have? It's just hard. And if you say hardcover without hard, what word do you have? It's just cover. Good. All right. So let's say hardcover, but instead of cover, we're going to say wood. So the new word is going to be hardwood. So it would be hardwood. What is a hardwood floor? It's a floor made out of hardwood. All right. So we're going to use some sentences to manipulate some phonemes. We are going to listen to a word and we're going to like move some things around and substitute sounds. Our first sentence is, save your money to buy a present for your friend. So the word on the curve is save. If we break that word apart into sounds, we have save. Save. We're going to take this last sound, the last consonant sound, and we're going to change it to aim. Aim. What's the new word on the curve, guys? The new word is same. Very good. Second sentence, I have a cage for my pet birds. The word we're at is cage. Let's break that word apart by sound. We have age, age. All right. And we're going to change the j part to k. So we have ache, ache. And you know what? I'm going to fix something really fast. That C should be a K because it's the K sound. I fixed it. It won't show up on here yet though. So the new word on the curve is cake. Very good. All right. Our next sentence is, I use a garden hose to water my flowers. Let's think about that word hose and let's break it apart by sound. We have O's, O's. Good. We're going to take this part and change it to P. So now we have hope. Oh, the new word on the curve is hope. Very good. The player bats with the baseball bat. That word is bat. Let's stretch it out by sound. B-at, b-at. We're going to take this last consonant sound and we're going to change it to b-ath, b-ath. What's the new word on the curve? It is bath. Very good. All right, last sentence. Cheese is made from goat milk. Goat. So we have goat, goat. But we're going to take this t sound and we're going to change it to goes, goes. So the new word on the curve is going to be goes. Very good. All right, our spoonerism for today is match a woovie. Match a woovie. I probably said that wrong. It probably needs to be motch a woovie. Motch a woovie. Motch a woovie. I just see that word and I think it says match, but it's motch a woovie. So the actual way to say it is watch a movie. That's why it should say motch, because it's otch. I messed that one up a little bit, didn't I? All right. Our learning targets for today. I can practice my new spelling words. I can read, write, and sort words with different I sounds. I can partner read the story, The Big Race. Okay. So we do have a new list of spelling words this week. And these are words that you are going to have to study at home, guys. Okay, so we're going to practice our words together. We have words this week that have the spelling WR for the sound, the QU spelling for qu, the KN for n, and the WH spelling for w. And we also have words that have the ing suffix that says ing and the ed suffix that says ed, d, d, or ed. 3 different ways to say that. Okay, so let's look at the spelling words for this week. We have the word knotted, like my hair is knotted around the ponytail. Knitting, knocked, ringing, wronged, whipped, whined, quitting, quacked, and all. All right, so let's try that again. I'm going to say it, and then I want you to say it after me, okay? Knotted, knitting, knocked, ringing, wronged, whipped, whined, quitting, quacked, and all. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is get out your phonics journal. We are going to write these words down. I'm going to get my phonics journal. We need to be on page 44 today. And you are going to write your spelling words on page 44. You need to put today's date, 12-9, spelling list 9, and then just write them in order, 1 through 10, skip lines in between. That way you can work and practice on them all week, okay? All right, so go ahead and do that now, and then push play when you are ready to continue with the video, okay? All right, so remember to practice your words at home each night with a family member. If you want to spell them out loud, if you want to play a game with it, if you want to use a whiteboard, if you want to write them on pencil and paper, if you want to use magnetic letters, either way, but you need to practice them every night, okay? All right, so here on the classroom, I've already posted this. It is the family letter with the spelling list on it. It's got all of the words right here for you. Okay, so there's just the quick letter for your family. Okay. All right. So remember, guys, that through Unit 2 and in Unit 3, we are focusing on vowel sounds. Okay, you are going to learn many new vowel sounds and spellings. But today, first, we're going to review the basic code spelling for the I sound, which is the letter I. So what sound does this stand for? It's the sound I, like in hit. Good. All right, so this is the vowel sound, like I says the I sound, like in the word it. Good. And we have already highlighted this one in our vowel code chart. Look how big this power bar is, guys. It's almost the entire length of the spelling card. That tells us what? It tells us that that is the most common way, and looks like it might be the only way to spell the I sound. So let's think of 6 to 8 words that contain the sound I. Give you a few seconds to think about that. What are some words you can think of that say I? Well, here are some examples. I have mitten, tiptoe, sit, insect, iguana, infant. We had hit, what about bit, fit, knit. Those are all words that have eh in them. Good. All right, so here is the new vowel sound for today, and it is I, okay, like in the word tie. And it's spelled I-E, but look how small this power bar is, guys. That tells me that that's not a very common way for that to be spelled. Remember, we've already learned one way to spell the sound I, and it was I consonant E. We learned that last week, like in the word bite. See, this power bar is bigger than this one. You see the difference? IE is a lot smaller than I consonant E. All right, so over the next few days, we are going to learn several additional spellings for the I sounds. So let's think of some words that have the I sound, the long I sound. Give you guys a few seconds to think. So here are some examples. I have fire, tie, fly, pie, cry, kite. All right. So we are going to look at a word sort where we look at the spellings for the I, and I sound. All right. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So let's think about the words sight. Sight. It has a long I sound and there's a t after it. So I think it's going to go here under I consonant E. What about the word tie? We just looked at it. Here's the word tie. Where should it go on this chart? Under the IEs. Good. What about the word fly? Where would it go? There's no Y here, so it's going to go on the odd ducks. What about kite? Where would kite go? It would go with the I consonant E. Very good. Well, let's look at some other examples. So I have the word sight and fine under I consonant E because they have I consonant E. I consonant E. Then I have the word Friday because the I is the part making the I sound. And in this word, ideal, the I makes the I sound all by itself. And then we have tie and lie under IE. Excuse me. And then our odd ducks, we have right. The IGH is what makes the I sound. And in dry, the Y makes the I sound. All right, so let's look at our spelling tree for today. 1 second, I gotta get it over here. We have 2 trees for today. We have the I tree and the I tree. I really wish I could make this go up higher. Let me turn the light on. It's very blurry. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we have the I tree and the I tree. And look, the I has the letter I consonant E, and IE. All right, let me get out my leaves. All right, so our first word is the word mitten. Where would mitten go? Is it a short I or a long I? It goes on the short I tree because it says mitten. Okay, now we have the word sight. Sight. Where is it going to go on the I tree? Is it going to go with I consonant E, or IE? It's going to go with I consonant E. What about the word lie? Where's that one going to go? It's going to go I tree with the IEs. Good. All right, so now we have the word insect. Where should that one go? Which tree should that go on? It needs to go on the short I tree, the tree. What about the word iguana? Where's that one going to go? That's right, it's going to go on the short I tree. What about the word Friday? Where should we put that? It's going to go on the long I tree on just the I's by itself. What about the word fire? Fire. It's going to go on the I tree with I consonant E. What about the word pie? Where should pie go? That's right, it's going to go on the I tree with the IEs. What about the word bite? That's right, the I's with I consonant E. Fine. That's right, you guys are really good at these. What about the word sit? That's right, it's going to go on the short I tree. What about the word kite? That's right, I consonant E. Now we have the word cry. Where's that one going to go? It says I, but I don't see an I. What do you see there that says I? That's right. It's going to be an odd duck way up here. What about the word ideal? Yep, it's going to go over here with the I's. The word fly. That's right. It's also an oddball. It goes way up there with the little tiny branches because it's so rare. What about the word tiptoe? Yep, that I is a short I sound, so it goes over here with the short I tree. What about the word it? It's a short I. Dry. That's right, it's an odd duck. What about the word tie? That's right, it goes with the IEs. What about infant? Yep, it is a short I sound. And then we have the word igloo. Yep, that's a short I sound. And our last word is the word right. Where should that one go? It is also an duck. Oops, there. All right. So here we have short I words, and over here we have long I words. Very good, guys. Let me switch my camera back. Okay. So I'm going to go flip the lights again because these bright lights hurt my eyeballs. I'll be right back. Okay, good job with the spelling trees, guys. So remember that the branches on the spelling trees are different lengths because see how the I branch is longer than the other ones? Because that's the most common way, one of the most common ways to spell I sound. And then we have IE, which is longer, or I'm sorry, I consonant E, which is longer. This branch is longer than the IE branch. And then we have the oddballs up here, which are really tiny branches. All right, so we have 2 worksheets for you to do today. Let's look at them. I just put them all together so you don't have to have as many papers. All right, so we have got words in the box. You're going to read the words in the box and then put them in the correct sentence, okay? So we have angel, explain, solar, cockroach, entire, panel, yesterday, halo, explode, invite, and umpire. So you have, there are 9 words on this page. So you're going to read it. Make sure you pick the right word to make sense in the sentence. And then 11.3, it's the same thing, except this one you have 12, okay? All right, so the words for this one are fried, reptiles, umpire, lie, siren, tie, cried, spider, exercise, pie, pilot, and decide. Okay, all right, so we are at our story. Today's story is called The Big Race. So this is the last story in the series about the swimming sisters. Today, we will get to read about the big race. So let's think about a race in which the Castro sisters will be competing against each other. You guys remember which race that was, where they're competing against each other? It was the 200 free. So before we read, we're going to review some spellings and some vocabulary. So we have the A sound with the AI spelling in training and weight. We have the A sound with A consonant E with wave and race. We have the A sound in Castro. The O sound with OA in Joan and coasting. And then we have the O sound with O consonant E in Grover and close. Some vocabulary words to talk about. The phrase shot off means that you took off quickly. The stands are where people sit to watch competitions. Sometimes they're covered, sometimes they're not. And then there's the deck, which is the uncovered area right next to the pool, right here. This is the deck, okay? And that's where people stand. With the word trailing, which means when one person is behind another person in a competition. Sloshing means to splash liquid back and forth, like when a person who's in a pool and they're moving their arms and the water is like sloshing all over the place. And then a bad case of nerves means to be anxious. Okay. So those are going to be in our story for today. We also have the phrases closing in, which means when someone is ahead of you really far and you keep getting closer and closer and closer, you're closing in on them. You're shortening the distance that they have on you. And then we have the word coasting, which means to appear to move effortlessly. Like sometimes you can watch people run or swim and it looks like it's just completely natural to them, that they're not even breathing hard. It's totally effortless. All right, so we are going to read the story, The Big Race. So here is our cover, and we're going to look at the table of contents. We're going to go to page 38, The Big Race. I got to the pool in time for the 200 free. I sat in the stands with Grover and Joan Castro, Kim and Val's parents. I am so proud of Kim and Val, said Grover Castro, but I have a bad case of nerves. I hate it when the two of them swim in the same race. They have both been training so hard, they would both like to win this race, but they can't both win. I don't like to think that one of them may be upset. A man's booming voice filled the air. It's time for the last race of the meet, the man said. Let's meet our swimmers. The man started listing the swimmers in the race. In lane 2, he said, from Red River Swim Program, we have the winner of the 500 free, Val Castro. Cheers rose up from the RRSP swimmers on the deck and from fans in the stands. In lane 3, the man said, from Red River Swim Program, the winner of the 50 and 100 free, Kim Castro. There were shouts and cheers for Kim as well. All right, now guys, there's a caption up here under the photos, so we need to read the caption. It says, fans clap for the Castro sisters. The swimmers got up on the starting blocks. A man in a white coat said, swimmers, take your marks. The swimmers bent down and grabbed the starting blocks. Then there was a beep. The swimmer shot off. Kim's start was perfect. She did her kick. Then she popped up and started swimming. Her arms went so fast. She seemed to be coasting. Kim was the fastest swimmer for 100 yards. She made a big wave. The rest of the swimmers were trailing her. They seemed to be bouncing and sloshing in Kim's waves. I was starting to think it would not be such a close race after all. But just as I was thinking this, Grover Castro said, wait for it? Wait for what? I said. You'll see, said Grover. I looked back at the pool. Kim was still winning, but Val was closing in on her. The gap was 5 feet. Then it was 3. The swimmers flipped one last time. Kim was starting to look a bit tired. The gap was down to 2 feet. Then it was 1 foot. Then the two sisters were swimming side by side. As they came to the finish line, it was too close to pick a winner. Kim and Val smacked the side of the pool at what looked to be the same moment. 100 parents in the stands looked up at the clock. 100 swimmers on the deck looked up as well. This is what the clock said. Val Castro, lane 2, 1 minute, 45 seconds. Kim Castro, lane 3, 1 minute, 46 seconds. Val was the winner. Kim Castro on the left smiles at her sister Val after Val's win in the 200 free. So who started off perfectly? Who had the perfect start, guys? It was Kim. They said Kim had the perfect start. And she was in the lead the whole race until like the very last lap. So who won the race? It was Val. Val won the race by 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so let's go back and look. You have one more activity to work on. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to reread the story tonight, and then you are going to put a number beside these sentences to put the story in order, okay? So it says, the swimmers shot off. Val was the winner. A man's booming voice filled the air. Mark got to the pool in time for the 200 free. Kim was starting to look tired. The man started listing the swimmers. So you're going to number them. 1, 2, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to number them 1 through 6. The first thing is 1. The second thing is 2. The third thing is 3, all the way through 6, okay? In order that they happened in the story. All right. Okay, so that's it for today. Our learning targets were, I can practice my new spelling words. I can read, write, and sort words with different I sounds. And I can partner read the story, The Big Race, which we didn't partner read, but I read it to you, so that's fine. So that was our lesson for today. So let me show you where your work is in the Google Classroom. Okay, so if you go to classwork, phonics week 7, right here it says Tuesday, phonics assignments. It looks like there's a lot here, guys, but this is a picture of your spelling words. You're going to need to put, you should have already written those on page 44 of your journal. And then here's the letter for your parents that you don't have to do anything with. It's for your grown-ups. Here's the story that you're going to reread again, The Big Race. And then you have this paper where you're going to fill in both pages with the correct words in the blank. Guys, if it doesn't make sense when you read it back to you, it's probably not the right word. And then here is worksheet 11.4, where you're going to put the story in order that it happens. Okay, so that is it. And I hope you guys have a great afternoon. And because this video is a little bit late, it's not going to be due until noon tomorrow. Okay. All right, so I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Today's secret word, let's see, what should today's secret word be? Let's go with paw print. Paw print will be today's secret word, okay? All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.